Lovely and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. For today's Currie Cup Team of the Week from the semi-finals, a very difficult one to choose, and obviously dominated by Cheers and Pumas players, who are the two teams in the Currie Cup final for 2023. It'll happen at Bloemfontein on this week's Saturday. We will be live for it, so make sure you come and join us and come and chat and watch the close of the 2023 South African rugby domestic season. But yeah, before we look at the team itself and sort of debate some of the positions, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Now, I really enjoy doing Team of the Weeks because it always creates a lot of debate. A lot of people sort of going, I prefer this player, I prefer that player. Sometimes people really agree with the team. Sometimes people think that it's dreadful. And I think that, the different opinions, for example, is what I really enjoy about the channel as well, specifically these sort of videos as well. Because it always creates a little bit of a little bit of a contention in the ranks with regards to what some of the calls are and stuff like that. And of course, this is obviously just my opinion. You can let me know what yours are down in the comments below, and let's debate it. Let's sort of see what you guys thought and where you guys differ from me. But yeah, in terms of the team of the week, this is what I've gone with. Okay, so if we count it, there are 3 Sharks players. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pumas players. 1 Bulls players, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cheetahs players. So I think it's a pretty nice balance, to be fair. I think I've managed to squeeze in quite a lot of players here from the different teams quite well. You might disagree. So let's start with the front row, shall we? I've gone with the Sharks, Sharks front row. Instukum coming on just before half-time. Crazy Mone had a very good game as well. But I just thought that the Sharks, there was one sort of aspect where they really dominated the Pumas, and that was the scrum. The set piece was pretty good as well, and I think that's why I've also backed Fez and Bartos. I thought that he played pretty well from the lineout's perspective. That was always going to be their way back into the game, was through the set piece, because they really had it down to a T. Instukum came on just before half time, and yet was, I think, one of the top carriers across the entire game. Carried very well. Kuta very solid at tight head, and that sort of front row, just in general, were very good. In second row, I've gone with Deon Slabbert, got through incredible amount of work. You look at the reason that the Pumas won, it was their defense, and him, Andre Fischer, Francois Clenance, who all make the team, are based on that. 14 tackles from Deon Slabbert, really good work from him. He's next to Victor Sekete, the inspiring but quite quiet Cheetahs captain, and again, he topped the tackle count for the entire match with 14. But he's quite an unassuming character. He's not necessarily in your face. Kind of goes about his business. Very much a leads by example type of leader. And so I think that those two, together we have pretty good luck pairing. The moves forwards, I said, I've got Andre Fischer, Francois Clenance. Andre Fischer and Francois Clenance completed almost 40 tackles between them. Also did a lot of carrying as well. Especially, I think Andre Fischer, I think must have carried about 5 or 6 times as well. So it was really, really impressive from both of them, and I thought that those two, I think, are players to potentially watch. I thought Clenance was absolutely inspiring with the way he played. I'm going with Albert Lowe at 8. Henko Venter carried very well. Friedel Olivier worked pretty hard. Quanda Demaza had a great game as well. But I thought that Albert Lowe was pretty good in a losing cause. He made lots of meters when he carried. He made a lot of tackles as well. He worked really, really hard. He was the top tackler for the Bulls with 10. If you look at carries, for example, he was second only to Marcel Katsia and Jan Goosen in the carries for the Bulls. And yet, if you look at meters made within those carries, one of the top, only after Tapia Mafura. So I thought he had a very well-rounded game, very few mistakes as well. So I thought he played pretty well. I've gone with Rian Clear and Ruan PIENAAR almost as a combination, and it's very, very harsh on Christopher September and Tinas de Beer. I thought Tinas de Beer was absolutely brilliant. In fact, watching as a Lions fan, I'm sitting there going, you could do a lot worse than Tinas de Beer. Christopher September, I thought, also managed the game very well. But I thought it was an absolute masterclass for Ruan PIENAAR. And I thought Rian Clear as well handled the game really well. A couple of times when the turnover ball, had a couple of really good pressure relieving kicks. I thought that he slowed the game down quite well when he needed to. So the combination, I thought they managed the game perfectly. In terms of the wings, I've gone with Cohen Jasper and Andrew Cotter. Andrew Cotter, I tell you what a game he had. One of the top carriers, made one of some of the most meters, scored an intercept try, brilliantly read there. Cohen Jasper showed a lot of pace. If you look at some of the wings, I think that I thought that Pengler and Upper Lefassi had pretty quiet games. I thought that Etienne Talliard worked pretty hard, but got that yellow card. If you look at the Cheetahs game, for example, I thought David Creel really struggled. He got shown up on the outside once or twice. Derek Center played pretty well. And I thought Cornel Hedge just couldn't really get into the game. So I've gone with those two. And again, as a combination, I've gone with Reina Fortuyn and David Brits of the Cheetahs. I thought that Fortuyn played pretty well. I think Imgajima was pretty good for the Pumas. I thought the Sharks centers really struggled. I thought the Bulls centers are pretty ineffective. I mean, I think Harold Forster wasn't too bad. But especially for outside center, there weren't too many standouts this weekend. And then Devin Williams was going to the fullback. Again, I thought Tapia Mafua played really well at fullback. So I think, could easily have gone with him. For example, I think Goosen was pretty ineffective. To be perfectly honest, I thought Navaldo Fleurs had a pretty good game for Sharks. So it's probably between him and Williams. But I thought Devin Williams is just something different at the end of the day. Very good with the boot. Very good counter-attacking player. And that's my team. Let me know what you think. As I said, that's just my opinion. Let me know what yours are. Down in the comments below. Smash like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.